History isn't just in books. History is etched on faces, in eyes, in the way people stand. Some folks are born in this century, but they carry the look of someone who died thousands of years ago. Even more shocking when those people are famous celebrities with fates that match up almost perfectly. Is it just random coincidence, or is destiny pulling the strings? The stories I'm about to tell will show you the mind-blowing truth about 15 black stars who seem to have died centuries before they became famous. Some were once slaves, some were tribal leaders. Some vanished amid violence, chains, and the chaos of history. But the common thread is that thousands of years later, or decades in some cases, they've come back under stage lights, on screens, or in music as if to carry on the will of the past. 15. Barack Obama, the soul of a pharaoh. Reborn amid the storm of power. Barack Obama is the former president of the United States, a symbol of change, the man who ushered in a new era in American politics with his personal charisma, oratory skills, and undeniable historical impact. In 2010, on March 15th, a small discovery shook his world. In the suburbs of Cairo, in a private archive sealed since British colonial times, an independent archaeology team uncovered a limestone relief. Akhenaten appeared in a solemn, silent pose. What stunned everyone most was his face. Long features, pointed chin, large protruding ears, slender nose bridge, and deep piercing eyes. Every line matched Barack Obama in a terrifying way. Not a vague similarity, but so close it felt like looking at the same face, just covered by layers of time. Going back more than 3 millennia, in the massive temples of ancient Egypt, bathed in scorching sun, Akhenaten, the reforming pharaoh, stood at the center of a historical storm when he dared to shatter thousands of years of religious order to worship a single sun god, Aten. That decision made him an outcast, rejected by an entire empire, then erased from the records as if he'd never existed. Akhenaten died in 1336 BCE after his monotheistic reform made him a thorn in the side of the priests. His name was chiseled off stone statues, his images smashed, his tomb abandoned. Successive rulers did everything to wipe him from collective memory. Luckily, traces of that face survived, and when it resurfaced, it immediately reminded people of Barack Obama. The gap between Akhenaten and Obama is 3,297 years, a number ending in 7, which many black spiritual traditions see as a symbol of wholeness and cycles returning. There's no blood connection whatsoever between ancient Egyptian royalty and Obama's family in Kenya or Hawaii. Any explanation through genetics or lineage hits a dead end. When the relief photo was sent to Obama, he stared at it for a long time. His gaze lingered on the pointed chin, then the ears, then the nose bridge. His finger lightly touched the stone face, as if touching himself in a mirror. A chill ran down the spines of everyone there because the coincidence was so uncanny. Akhenaten tried to change the world before it was ready, and the price was total erasure. Obama appeared 3 millennia later, stepping into a different power system, also tasked with breaking old structures. One failed and was buried in sand, while the other finished the unfinished work on a global stage. 14. Eddie Murphy. The laughter buried in darkness returns to haunt the modern stage. Eddie Murphy is an icon of American comedy and film, creator of countless classic roles, box office ruler, and the guy who changed how black people appeared on mainstream screens. It all started in Brooklyn, where modern concrete was about to cover an old, rotting building. On November 7, 2018, as workers demolished the basement for a new condo, a sealed tin box was pulled from the damp soil. The edges were rusted, but the seal held tight, like someone wanted this secret to stay buried for over a century. Inside was a late 19th century tintype photo. A confident black gentleman stood there in a tailcoat fitted perfectly, silk bow tie, neat. Trimmed mustache, sharp, half-smile playful. Eyes bright with a very familiar spark. One glance and people knew. That's Eddie Murphy. Not a loose resemblance, more like the same person. Long face, square chin, thick eyebrows, sharp gaze. Every detail matched perfectly. The photo was like a time mirror, reflecting an alternate Eddie Murphy living in the 19th century, dressed in the dandy style of black gentlemen in a brutally segregated society. Old documents in the box revealed this unknown man performed vaudeville in Manhattan from 1885 to 1892. On stage, he used laughter as a weapon, subtly mocking Jim Crow laws. Audiences clapped and roared, but tension always lurked because his humor punched straight at society's cracks everyone tried to ignore. Then in 1892, after a packed show, the performer vanished without a trace. The stage he stood on went empty. Time passed, and his name faded, leaving only the photo locked in a tin box, buried deep underground. The gap from 1892 to 1961, when Eddie Murphy was born, is 69 years. A number many black ancestral beliefs see as a cycle of return. 6 and 9 spinning, closing then opening. Even stranger, no blood tie connects the two men. When the photo was emailed to Eddie Murphy by a collector, his first reaction was that signature big laugh. But seconds later, silence. Eddie's eyes lingered on the half-smile in the picture, like he was seeing himself on a different stage under last century's lights. That elegant 19th century gentleman used laughter to fight oppression until he disappeared. Eddie Murphy showed up in the 20th century, continuing the path with explosive comedy roles, delivering satirical laughs and healing to millions. No physical thread links their lives, but their faces and missions match in a haunting way. 13. Queen Latifah, the Harlem Renaissance ghost, reborn in the light of female empowerment. Queen Latifah is a multi-talented icon of American pop culture, leaving deep marks in music, film, and TV while paving the way for confident black women with their own voice and weight. For years, critics have compared Queen Latifah to Zora Neale Hurston, the key writer and anthropologist of the Harlem Renaissance, not just for fun. The resemblance is so clear that if there's ever a biopic about Hurston, Queen Latifah is the only name mentioned for the lead role. On April 12, 2022, during an inventory at the American Anthropological Association's archive in Florida, staff found an unpublished daguerreotype, dated June 12, 1947. It shows Zora Neale Hurston sitting on her porch in Eatonville, wide-brimmed hat, straight back, face glowing in afternoon sun. When the photo came to light, chills spread fast. Dimples, round chin, steady eyes, wide smile, matching Queen Latifah unbelievably. Not a few shared traits, but a match that feels like the same person across two timelines. Other 1940s portraits of Zora show a full-faced, vibrant woman with bright eyes and an open smile. Warm yet tough, storytelling while challenging whoever's in front of her. Those same qualities appear intact on Queen Latifah's face, like transferred straight from a century ago. Zora Neale Hurston died on January 28, 1960, in poverty and forgotten. The woman who helped shape black cultural voice left quietly, barely remembered at the time. From her death to Queen Latifah's birth is exactly 10 years. From when Zora rose strongly around 1937, it's 33 years, a number heavy in many black spiritual traditions, tied to completion and return cycles. No blood connection was found between the two women. Genealogy theories hit zero. Only the startling facial match and parallel paths remain. Zora used folklore and writing to preserve community soul during Jim Crow and suffocating limits. Queen Latifah came later, using feminist rap and acting to continue that work in a new era. One told stories through books, the other through music and screen. You see, between those two lives half a century apart, there's an invisible current flowing onward. 12. Laurence Fishburne, the Chained Man, returns to challenge history. Laurence Fishburne is a powerhouse Hollywood actor, leaving deep marks through heavy roles, warm deep voice, and unmistakable presence. No one confuses. On August 22, 2019, while upgrading a small museum in Ohio, staff found a dusty old document box. Inside, a tintype photo of Jordan Anderson and a letter. Mid-19th century, Jordan Anderson, a newly freed slave, wrote his famous 1865 letter to his old master. In it, he demanded back pay for 32 years of stolen labor, with cold sarcasm and sharp wit. The letter spread far, becoming a symbol of dignity and awakening. The photo was taken July 10, 1866, just a year after the letter shocked the public. The face in it is sharper than any prior record. Jordan Anderson's portrait leaves a strong impression. Stern face, square jaw, thick eyebrows, straight nose, deep eyes with unyielding gaze. Side by side with Laurence Fishburne, and the similarity jumps out. When Fishburne saw the photo and read the full letter, silence hit hard. He felt like the man in the picture was searching for a new voice to finish the interrupted story. Jordan Anderson died April 15, 1905, in Dayton, Ohio. His death drew no attention beyond family, like so many history forgot. From then to Laurence Fishburne's birth is 56 years. In some Black spiritual traditions, 56 reduces to 11, a number tied to great missions and unfinished reincarnation cycles. No blood link exists between them. Family records connect nothing. But the connection goes beyond looks. Laurence Fishburne has been invited multiple times to read Jordan Anderson's historic letter for educational projects and documentaries. Through his deep, steady voice, the spirit of a freed slave revives. Every word carries dignity, calm, and moral weight history tried to erase. Jordan Anderson used sharp words to demand justice for exploited labor. Laurence Fishburne appeared over half a century later, carrying that wish through commanding voice and roles, etching Black dignity. Between 19th and 20th century lives, an underground current seems to have brought that spirit back in a new form. 11. Will Smith, from lowly slave to whirlwind of freedom. Will Smith is a top American film star known for powerful high-energy roles and the ability to convey emotions that leave global audiences speechless. Before diving into the man who looks exactly like Will Smith in history, let me tell you a story. In 1863, the photo "The Scourged Back" captured the whip-scarred back of Gordon, an escaped slave from a Louisiana plantation. On those deep lash marks turned his body into living proof of slavery's cruelty. The photo spread across America, becoming powerful abolitionist propaganda that struck 19th century consciences hard. Gordon didn't stop at escape. After freedom, he joined the Union Army during the Civil War, from chained man to rifle bearer, carrying his scarred back like a flag of accusation. But from 1865, Gordon vanished. History records him as a name dissolved in war over a century ago. On June 5, 2021, while the Library of Congress moved Civil War archives, an unpublished daguerreotype negative was found. Shot April 2, 1863, it clearly shows Gordon's face in profile. Deep eyes, high cheekbones, wide nose, solid jaw, creating instant familiarity. Side by side with Will Smith, every line matches chillingly, like time only changed the setting. Not the person, even with no blood tie. That resemblance is why producers chose Will Smith for the lead in the 2022 film Emancipation. During filming, Smith spent hours in makeup recreating the whipped back. He studied Gordon's life in detail, missing nothing, to portray it authentically and vividly. Of course, Will Smith saw Gordon's negative. Then a heavy feeling hit, like the deep eyes in the photo were seeking a new body to finish the interrupted story. The gap from 1865, when Gordon vanished from records, to 1968, Will Smith's birth year, is 103 years. Ending in 3, in some Black beliefs, it ties to closing reincarnation loops and opening mission completion phases. Gordon used his body to accuse slavery. Will Smith appeared over a century later, continuing that story through film, bringing Gordon's wish back to millions. 10. Jay-Z. The Harlem Boss returns from street shadows. Jay-Z is the modern hip-hop power icon, rising from streets to build a music and business empire, becoming one of America's most influential pop culture figures. On May 9, 2013, while digitizing old street photos at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture at New York Public Library, staff spotted a photo by chance. In 1939, during Harlem's Great Depression era, photographer Sid Grossman shot one titled Harlem Loiterers. In the frame, a black man leans against a wall, newsboy cap on, relaxed posture, but eyes sharp as knives. An unknown guy, but one look at the face, and many thought of Jay-Z instantly. Thick lips, straight nose, confident and slightly arrogant gaze. The man stands like the whole block belongs to him. After the photo went public, dated July 18, 1939, a social media exploded with talk. When it spread and Jay-Z got tagged, his eyes lingered long on the 1939 face, like looking at another version of himself. Scattered records say the man was 25 to 30 when photographed. He was a quiet Harlem boss type, controlling speakeasies, protecting the neighborhood from brutal cops and white loan sharks. In poverty and tension, he stood as an unofficial pillar, feared and respected. By 1942, he vanished. Some say debt settlement killed him. Others say arrest, then silent disappearance in prison. Harlem moved on, but his shadow faded into history's fog. From then to Jay-Z's birth is 27 years. 27 reduces to 9 in many Black spiritual traditions, a sign of completing a life cycle and returning to finish unfinished business. And the 1939 Harlem man used street smarts to control and protect community amid poverty. Jay-Z appeared decades later, rising from Brooklyn, building an empire with sharp rap and cold business strategy. Between those lives, it feels like an underground current of leadership spirit runs in their blood, despite no blood relation. 9. Keith David. Colonial leader reborn on screen. Keith David has one of the deepest, most powerful voices in American film. His career spans movies, TV, and voice work, making him a symbol of authority and spiritual weight. The story of the man identical to Keith David didn't start in Hollywood, but in an old archive room in Paris. On March 3, 2019, an African historical photo collector reviewing French colonial files found an unpublished salt print photo. Shot September 14, 1917, are in Ubangi Shari, now Central African Republic. In the photo, a tall man standing straight like a pillar in the village. High, solid cheekbones, square jaw, deep sunken eyes with a terrifying calm despite facing foreign power. Noted briefly as the village chief resisting French colonial forced labor. After 1920, arrested and vanished from records. Maybe died in prison, maybe executed. No one knows exactly. The story ends in blank space. When digitized and shared online, the match shocked people. The face overlays Keith David's almost perfectly. Same cheekbone structure, same heavy, thoughtful eyes, same distinctive jaw shape, giving innate majesty. Similarity goes beyond lines to aura, hard to measure scientifically. Cultural anthropologists offered cautious theories. Equatorial Africa, migrations torn by slave trade and colonialism, on some ancestral trace slipping through generations quietly. But no blood proof, no long genealogy, just a face and familiar feeling. Time gap between the chief's estimated death and Keith David's birth is 36 years. Breaking to 3 and 6 suggests completion, then cycle restart, and ending opening return. For many, just a nice number. For those believing in visible soul continuity, it carries rebirth flavor. When Keith David saw the photo online by chance, he shared that the man's gaze felt waiting, even urging him to do something. After learning the Ubangi Sheri man used presents to protect community during forced labor, Keith David got it right away. Today's Keith David also contributes to community, using deep voice and eloquence to convey Black strength, dignity, and pride through roles. 2 eras apart, fates unconnected, on but same protective aura. 8. Usher, the desert chief who vanished. Returns as a global haunting voice. Usher is a global R&B icon, shaping pop music trends with emotional singing, captivating dance, and achievements in art and commerce that stunned generations. On February 12, 2019, in a Rome room bathed in yellow lamplight, an Afro-futurist artist flipped through old Italian colonial photos. Among hundreds of anonymous frames, one unpublished caught attention. Shot May 22, 1920, in Eritrea. A tall black man, bright, sharp, deep eyes, high, straight nose, wide mouth with subtle, confident smile. Solid, regal stance radiating power holder vibe. The man looks exactly like Usher. Every facial line nearly matches, from captivating gaze to calm control feel. Our scattered notes say he was an Eritrean chief leading community resistance to Italian invasion. Early 1920s, he rallied villagers, maintained order, protected land and autonomy amid colonial encirclement. After 1925, when Eritrea fell fully under control, his name vanished from documents. Gap from his presumed loss in 1925 to Usher's birth is 53 years. Ending in 3 in many spiritual traditions hints at cycle completion, then new return. When posted online and Usher tagged, he was surprised and intrigued. He even checked genealogy. No blood link tying the two. Beyond looks, their missions feel strangely aligned. The 1920 chief used authority and presence to hold community firm amid colonial violence. Usher, a century later, uses voice and image to lead millions of Black spirits worldwide. Different paths, same strong, an undeniable leadership aura. 7. Fetty Wap, one-eyed Congo warrior. Returns after nearly a century. Fetty Wap is a rapper with standout style, catchy melodies, and overcoming adversity spirit rising from streets to global music map. On August 10, 2015, Face2Face Africa released comparison photos that rocked the internet. From Belgium's Brussels archives, a black and white photo surfaced. Shot November 3, 1930, in colonial Congo. Angular face, right eye sharp cold, left eye missing, lips tight, cheeks and forehead scarred heavily. Similarity to Fetty Wap like a copy, just different era. Face structure, jawline, incomplete, but fierce eyes, all matched chillingly. Noted as native warrior fighting Belgium's brutal rubber exploitation. In conflict, badly wounded left eye, but never quit resistance. Kept leading, front and center, until vanishing from records after 1935. Said to have died of illness deep in jungle after intensified suppression hunts. 1935 marks faint end to an unbowed life. From then to Fetty Wap's birth is 56 years. 56 often reduces to 11, symbol of unfinished mission and return to complete it. No blood link between two people on different continents, centuries apart. But when Fetty Wap saw the comparisons, he was moved, like recognizing something more familiar than memory. The 1930 Congo warrior carried unyielding spirit, refusing to quit despite incomplete body. Fetty Wap stepped from Patterson carrying eye loss too, refusing to back down from fate. His music speaks of streets, rising after hits, surviving harsh environments. Two lives, one shared beat, like that warrior spirit revived in new form. 6. Danny Glover. The chained man from Banziri returns in the mid-20th century. Danny Glover is one of the rare faces dominating Hollywood screen while steadfastly leading global human rights fights, with heavy roles and tireless social work over decades. On August 19, 1916, in Banziri region of Central Africa, a hurried colonial photo was taken in harsh sun. Tall black man stands before lens, hands chained, body gaunt from rubber labor, high cheekbones, sharp jaw, deep straight eyes. No begging, no bowing. Faint scar on forehead from endless forced labor days. Face identical to Danny Glover, like cast from one mold. Over a century later, on March 4, 2020, Face 2 Face Africa with Belgium's Brussels archives digitized colonial photos. The 1916 Banziri image surfaced. Within hours, it spread online, sparking comparison waves. Eyes, on bone structure, enduring yet hard expression, all evoke Danny Glover. The Banziri man was a slave forced into rubber harvesting under Belgian colony. From 1915, he joined small, persistent, quiet resistances. Brutal punishments failed to break his will. After 1916, quietly executed deep in jungle. 30 years after that disappearance mark, Danny Glover was born. 30 years not long in history, but enough for a soul carrying past burdens to find new form. When Danny Glover saw the photo, he felt the eyes moving, carrying chain weight and exploitation years. The more thought, the clearer similarity. From tough cop roles in Lethal Weapon to tireless justice fighter image, Danny Glover mirrors the Banziri man. No chains on hands now, but he continues fight spirit through fame, voice, global presence. Woo. Aldis Hodge, Cameroon King, reborn on screen throne. Aldis Hodge is a familiar American film face, standing out with powerful deep roles and leadership aura, leaving clear marks on TV and big screen. On October 8, 2018, when Berlin's Ethnological Museum scanned German colonial photo archives, a 1920 photo surfaced unexpectedly. Shot March 12, 1920, in Bamum region, Cameroon. Silver print in post-WWI unrest shows a young king. Long, rugged face, high cheekbones, deep, cold eyes, high, straight nose, decisive leader vibe. One glance, instant familiarity, face like Aldis Hodge, unbelievably, majestic eyes, solid chin, calm mixed with intensity. Early 1920s, this king led Bamum community against deepening French colonial encroachment. Imposed policies, forced taxes, plots to erase native culture met persistent resistance. Despite odds, he kept connecting tribes, protecting language, rituals, ancestral land. After 1926, all traces vanished from colonial records. Some faint docs say, exiled then, died quietly in prison. 60 years from King's disappearance, Aldis Hodge born. In many Black spiritual traditions, 60 ties to perfection and reincarnation cycles. No blood link, but aura and form coincidence lifts story beyond random. When Aldis Hodge saw the photo, felt like invisible crown passed back with its mission. From screen roles on freedom, leadership, resistance, Aldis continues stories the 1920 king couldn't finish. Material throne long collapsed, but spiritual one stands firm in new age. 4. Wesley Snipes, Madagascar shaman soul. Returns from 19th century Wesley Snipes is a familiar American film face, action icon with cold demeanor, sharp eyes, in supernatural tinged roles, deep mark in pop culture and Black entertainment. On November 25, 2019, in Old Paris Photo Archive space, an Afrofuturist artist opened French colonial collection for exhibit and paused at photo shot June 7, 1896, Madagascar. Local woman shaman with wide jaw, high cheekbones, thick, full eyebrows, bright, fierce eyes, wide mouth, calm yet unpredictable smile. Amazing part, resemblance to Wesley Snipes, far beyond ordinary coincidence. From facial lines to aura through eyes, everything matches. But no distant relatives, so no genetic story. No blood tie across half-globe and over century. The woman was local shaman using ancient rituals to protect village from French colonial influence. When native religion suppressed, rites labeled superstition, she vanished after 1902, on leaving only black and white photo lost in archives for decades. Her fight flame extinguished amid harsh times. When photo hit Instagram, Wesley Snipes saw it and struck immediately by energy and fire in her eyes. Gap between them, 60 years. She vanished 1902. Wesley Snipes born 1962. 60 suggests balance restore after break. Madagascar woman used spiritual power to heal, protect community, face darkness with ritual and faith. Over century later, Wesley Snipes hit screen as Blade, supernatural dark hunter, carrying fierce, cold, unyielding aura. Two people, two eras, two fight forms different, but same resistance energy flow. Feels like soul didn't vanish, just changed existence from Madagascar ancestral altar to 21st century film lights. 3. Metta World Peace, Congo Prince. Executed, reappears on basketball court. Metta World Peace is unique modern basketball icon, known for fierce play, no retreat fighting spirit, journey from court violence to community and mental health advocacy. On July 14, 2016, Face2Face Africa released shocking comparison images. One from Belgium archives surfaced. Shot April 28, 1911, Congo region. Frame shows young tribal prince, square face, wide nose, sideburns, steady direct eyes. Similarity to Metta World Peace stuns viewers. No blood relation, no shared lineage, yet like twins. Not just facial lines, but regal stance, warrior eyes, ready to defend territory feel. All match Metta on court, solid like steel wall protecting home. Congo tribal prince led villagers defending against Belgium's brutal rubber exploitation wave. Early 20th century, a violence, force, exploitation swept jungles. Prince chose to rise, using physical and spiritual strength to hold land and dignity. By 1919, executed by colonials. 60 years later, 1979, Metta World Peace born. 60 years feels perfect for fresh start. New life cycle, new body. Metta grew with burning fight energy, brought to basketball court, fiery collisions, loss of control moments, sometimes heavy penalties. Watching Metta play feels like Congo jungle prince soul not yet adjusted to modern life. When Metta saw Congo prince photo, he felt deep connection. One used strength to protect territory. One used court violence to protect home court. Later, Metta matured, learned from past, stepped into healing path, talking mental health, community, anger control. 2. Mike Epps, Lumumba's ghost, returns from satirical shadows. Mike Epps is standout Hollywood comedian with sly charm, ability to deliver sharp laughs touching hidden black society corners, turning entertainment stage into mirror of repressed life pains. On June 20th, 2020, Face 2. Face Africa quietly updated comparison photos, effect spread like lightning. From Brussels archives, Photoshot, January 15, 1955, Leopoldville surfaced. Old frame shows Patrice Lumumba, future Congo Prime Minister, round face, bright deep eyes, thick eyebrows, half smile smart, with touch of irony. Side by side with Mike Epps, resemblance clear. No blood relation, but feels like two eras overlapping. Same gaze mixing humor and seriousness. Same face hiding much to ponder. 1955 face seems to foresee storm. Present face hides thoughts behind laughs. 1955, Lumumba rose in Congo independence movement. Speeches, sharp arguments, words like knives cutting colonial system. 6 years later, January 17, 1961, Lumumba assassinated. Death closed unfinished dream. Gap from 1955 to Mike Epps's birth. 15 years. 15 not big, but suggests lingering soul-finding way back. Mike Epps grew in totally different context. No colonial battlefield, but full of challenges. Laughter became weapon. Stage became place exposing sharp truths people avoid. His comedy hits injustice, poverty, prejudice, multi-generation black exhaustion. Lumumba used words to shake strangled nation. Mike Epps uses laughs to shake oppressed community. One spoke in squares, one performed on stages. Different expressions, same resistance energy for community good. 1. Alicia Keys, Bahia Maid, revived in Freedom Melodies. Alicia Keys is global music icon with emotional voice, masterful piano, compositions touching freedom, feminism, human dignity, deep, making her weighted voice in contemporary culture. On May 18, 2018, Face to Face Africa updated historical photo comparisons by Afrofuturist Jesse Jumanji. Rare daguerreotype from Brazil archives surfaced. Shot July 14, 1869, Bahia. Old frame shows Afro-descendant woman standing quietly, noted as maid in Brazil's slave system, treating humans as property until 1888. Her face stuns viewers. Oval, graceful shape. Deep eyes heavy with emotion, yet inner light. Gently arched eyebrows. Slender nose bridge. Gaze both enduring and unbreakable hidden strength. Most important, woman looks like Alicia Keys to tiniest detail. Records say she was 25 to 30 when photographed. Captured from Africa, silenced, part of Brazil's slave system. Work, serving white household, days heavy and exhausting. 1876, died of illness and exhaustion after drawn into small Bahia uprising. Gap from 1876 to Alicia Keys' birth. 105 years. 105 reduces to 6, often seen as soul completion sign in many black spiritual traditions. No blood link found makes facial aura, energy match between women even harder to explain. When Alicia Keys tagged in Jesse Jumanji post, she stared long in silence, deeply feeling two-century connection. Bahia woman tried keeping dignity, though imprisoned, voiceless. Alicia Keys, over 100 years later, used music, piano, voice to speak for those once forbidden to speak, turning chained black pain into freedom melodies echoing worldwide. And there you have it. You've seen 15 familiar modern faces overlaying ones buried in history. Those people vanished in slavery, war, old centuries' darkness. Now they seem to have reappeared amid lights, with global fame and influence. If these coincidences give you chills down your spine, drop a comment below. Tell everyone which face haunts you most. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more hidden, mysterious stories where past and present of celebrities intersect in ways no one expects.